Hello, ghost hunters. Do you remember the video that I made about how to survive the hunt? Well, a few things have changed since then, and even more change is coming. Stay tuned to find out more about surviving the hunt. Before we get into surviving the hunt, let's talk about how we know the ghost is hunting. The developer has made lots of changes to the game to alert ghost hunters to the danger of the hunt. As always, your flashlight will flicker on and off. The radio that you use to communicate with your teammates will have static, and with the last major update, the EMF will now give random values throughout the entire hunt. And if you're near the ghost, you'll hear lots more sounds coming from it. It's not uncommon to hear loud footsteps, heartbeats, and lots of doors opening and closing as the ghost is searching for you. There's no way to fully prevent the ghost from hunting. All ghosts have the option to hunt you the moment you enter the house, provided you don't have a timer running in the van. This timer is only available on amateur and intermediate, but can be stopped at any time if you anger the ghost enough. You can see more about that in my video here about the Ouija board. There are a few safeguards for preventing the hunt as much as possible. Crucifixes can keep you safe if you cover the ghost area well enough. They now give visual clues to alert ghost hunters that it has been used. Crucifixes still have only 2 uses though, so once you're left with just a stick, your ghost will completely ignore the remaining part of the crucifix. The only other way to help prevent the hunt is to keep your sanity high. As I said before, all ghosts can hunt the moment you enter the location, so this isn't completely safe. Do not assume high sanity means you won't have a hunt, but it does make it a lot less likely. To learn more about sanity, check out my video here. Your best option to survive a hunt is to hide in a locker or a closet. This will still be true even after changes currently in development make it to the game. If you're playing solo, you're better off in a locker than a closet as it only has 1 door, and as the last major update, you can hold doors to lockers and closets shut, preventing the ghost from opening them. The ghost can now hear you, and when you talk, the ghost will come to your location. So the best way to survive the hunt is in a locker, holding the door shut and not talking. So can you hide in a locker or closet without holding the door? Certainly yes. However, if the ghost is near, there is always a chance it will open your door, and when the developer releases his next update, the ghost should fully open your door, giving it line of sight and will likely result in the ghost hunter dying. The developer also plans to make it so that both closet doors will have a chance to open when a ghost is near. This will make closets in hallways and small locations very risky. For those of you who have been avoiding Grafton because its lack of closets and lockers, the developer intends to add more lockers and hiding places to both Grafton and Bleasdale. This should make both of these locations more tolerable. In the past, it's been mostly safe to hide in a ghost room during a hunt. The first few seconds of the hunt, the ghost will be visible but not technically hunting yet. Thus, in the past, the ghost would exit the room and the ghost hunter could close the door behind it and most of the time would be safe inside the room. This won't be true with the next major update. The developer has stated that the ghost will not move at the beginning of a hunt to prevent confusion. This means that the ghost room will be extremely unsafe as a hiding spot. It will, however, give ghost hunters a couple of seconds to figure out where they intend to hide. If you've been playing Phasmophobia for a bit, you've likely chosen to kite the ghost for a few hunts. In larger locations, this is sometimes easier than trying to find a spot you think the ghost won't find you in. And if you're a streamer like me, it's more interesting for your audience as well. But unfortunately, this may be coming to an end very soon. Currently, you don't want to kite a Revenant or a Jinn. Revenants are faster than ghost hunters and will catch you. This is why a lot of players will leave locations without finishing objectives when they discover that their ghost is a Revenant. Keep in mind, the Revenant is very slow, only when the ghost hunters are hiding. If it can't see you, it will be slow until it regains line of sight. The Jinn is faster than ghost hunters when 2 conditions are met. First, the ghost must be far away from the player, and second, the power must be on. You can kite a Jinn, but if you are kiting in a tight location, it's risky as it can sometimes catch up to you around corners. However, all of that is about to change. The developer has said that he intends to make a ghost get slightly faster over time if they are chasing a player. This change will not affect the Revenant. So will you be able to outrun a ghost or kite it down long hallways? Well, my guess is probably no. There's no confirmation yet that the ghost will be faster than the player, but it sounds like that's the developer's intentions. In my last video on how to survive the hunt, I covered string theory, the idea that there's a string from your head to the ghost and it will follow you as long as that string isn't broken. You may remember my teammates and I playing keep away with the ghost in Asylum, and while that is sort of still possible, it is very risky and difficult to replicate. With the most recent changes to how the ghost hunts, it will now follow players around corners. If it spots a player in a location, it will continue to that location and then search in that area. Walking around a corner will no longer make the ghost forget where you were, and instead will draw it to that spot where it will attempt to reconnect with the player. This means areas where players were last seen by the ghost will be much more dangerous. While the developer has indicated that he intends to make it so players can hide behind furniture, if the ghost knows you're in a room, I don't think hiding behind a couch is going to save you. Here's a few tips to keep yourself and your fellow ghost hunters alive. Plan ahead. Know your hiding spots before the ghost even attempts to hunt. Don't hide near the ghost unless you absolutely need to. The closer you are to the ghost, the more likely it is to check the room or the area that you are in. Don't talk during the hunt. Talking will bring the ghost closer to you and can encourage the ghost to open doors to your hiding spot. Keep the ghost out of line of sight. If the ghost can't see you, it can't kill you. So keep far enough away that it won't gain line of sight. Keep your flashlight and other gear on. There's no reason to turn off the EMF or spirit box if you're holding them in your hands. The ghost will ignore these sounds and your flashlight does not draw its attention. Know the location of lockers and closets. These are the best hiding spots and will keep you safe. There are a couple of mostly safe spots you can use in a pinch if necessary. I've covered those spots in this video here. If you have your own tips for how to survive the hunt, leave them in the comments below. How do you feel about the coming changes to the hunt? Do you think these changes will make the game easier or harder? Thanks for watching. I'll be covering all the big changes coming to Phasmophobia. So remember to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. And as always, happy hunting.